everyone, hope that you're good. Welcome to today's longer class, and the focus for this is going to be on twists and binds. So binds in poses where we often reach one hand behind the back, either holding onto something, a bell or fingers. They're really good to deepen the posture. They're a way that we can develop the posture. And they're actually great for the shoulders and allowing ourselves to open up more. So binds are good as well. They're seen as a way that you can just experiment and have a bit of fun, be curious about the postures and what they feel like. So today's practice, you do need a bell or a strap. So if you can grab that. And it will be really good if you can get a brick as well. If you haven't got a brick, just get a book roughly this size and that will do the trick as well. So make sure that your belt is by the side of you to start with. Move whatever you don't need out of the way and we'll start off coming down to the floor. So moving yourself, rolling down. And your choice, you can keep your legs bent for the first bit, or if you feel comfortable enough in the back to lengthen them out, you can lengthen them out. Let the arms, let the shoulders rest, let the back of the head be nice and heavy. And just take a moment letting the eyes close or letting yourself have a soft gaze. Bringing the focus into your practice today. Bringing the focus into the here and the now, where we are right now on the mats. And just start to bring yourself into the physical body. Just let yourself start off with that scan. Starting from the crown of the head and let your attention move slowly down the body. Just be there with it, checking in, tuning in with your physical body until you get all the way down to your feet. And then just focus on the breath. Begin to just notice what the breath is feeling like right now. And the breath is a really big key when we come to some of the stronger postures, especially when you go for a bind. The breath is a really big key. If we can keep it slow and calm, that's going to really help us in the postures. So take a nice full, slow breath in through the nose, and a slow, calm breath out. And just spend a minute or so just finding your yoga breath from here. See if you can, every exhale, allow your shoulders to just keep softening and relaxing. And then the arms and the body surrender in towards the earth. Maybe simply observing anywhere at all that we might be feeling a little bit tight in the body today. Just being aware of that and maybe even focusing your breath into those areas for a few moments. Let your face soften. Just see how it feels like to be able to soften and relax and use that breath to do it. So what does it mean for you to be able to relax and soften into the body? It might mean different things for everybody. Making this your last breath before we move. And then allow the arms to lift. And then take the arms behind you. Either keep the legs bent, or if the legs are lengthened or you wish to lengthen them out there now, that's fine. Just spreading your toes, gently anchoring your back of the body down towards the earth. Palms maybe facing in towards each other to start. And then let the back of the hands come down towards the earth. You're going to catch hold of opposite elbows from here. And you can either just be still or just start to slowly, just be mindful, take a bit of a move from left to right with the arms. Get into the side body a little bit as well with this stretch. And then centre, let the arms release. Do your other cross from here. It will feel a bit different. And either be still again or just take a little bit of a move and a stretch from side to side. And then slowly releasing, letting the arms come down. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Just take a moment to gently rock from side to side. So we're going to start to open up into the body. So we want to get more into the shoulders and around all those muscles around so that we're ready for the binds. So we will do some twists and we'll start off either knees in or you can take the feet down. And if you've got room today, or move if you can, try to spread the arms out to a T shape. And then you're going to drop your knees to the right side. Let your head slowly turn towards the left side. Just spend a few breaths from here. Just feel that lovely stretch across the front of the shoulders and your chest. And then come back to the centre. Inhale as you breathe out. Knees to the left, head to the right. If you've got the arms out, it feels quite nice to have the back of the hands on the floor, just to create a sensation of feeling quite open in the body. And then bring your knees back, have a little bit of a hug again. Maybe just drawing a few circles from here. Circles in the other direction. Place the feet back to the floor. And we'll do another twist. This time, interlock your hands behind the back of the head. And then from here, we're going to allow ourselves to either keep your feet down again for the twist, or if it works, lift your legs. Inhale as you breathe out, knees to the right. And just be careful of your head here. It might feel better to keep it to the centre, or you might still want to turn it. And you can think about your back of the arms and the shoulder blades that are hopefully still in contact with the earth. And then come back to the centre, inhale. As you breathe out, knees to the left. Either keep the head to the centre or turn your head to the right. Just a nice way of feeling nice and open in the shoulders again when we do this movement with the twist. And then coming back and take the feet to the floor, release. Let yourself hug the knees in towards the chest. So I forgot to mention as well, when we come to some of the stronger movements or the binds, if you've got shoulder injuries or any issues, then it's best to probably avoid anything strong, anything that's going to maybe aggravate it. So you can still do the movements, but maybe just missing out the bind option, you'll still get the lovely benefits. So let your feet come to the floor. You're going to do a couple of rounds of bridge, so let your feet be hip distance apart. We'll do the arms as well. So breathe in, press into the feet, lift the hips, lift the arms, and maybe the back of the hands come to the floor. And then breathing out, slowly lower down. Do two more. Inhale, hips and the arms lift. And then exhale, lower all the way back down. Last one. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower down. Hug the knees back in towards the chest. Bit of a rock again, counter pose. And then allowing yourself to just sit up for a moment, do it in your own way. You're going to take your belt, which is hopefully handy, and you can take your belt behind the back of the body and just wrap it around for a moment, and then just let yourself sit back down, actually come back onto your backs from here, legs bent. So the belt is underneath you and lengthens out, and we're going to use this as a variation and option to hold on to when we come to our bridge. As often when we clasp our hands underneath, sometimes it creates tension. A lot of people find that hard, so see what this feels like. So again, move your feet in as much as you need to. Start off arms down by the sides of the body, lifting up. Then you can take your belt from here And then the arms are lengthened. And then what you want to do is press your arms into the hand, and it would feel like you was gonna, if you was gonna try and pull your belt apart from here. So a couple of breaths, and then slowly allowing yourself to come back down. So the arms are lengthening down. You're holding onto the belt, and we'll lift up one more time, and then it feels like you're pulling into the belt as if you was going to make it just pull apart. You can always roll up a little bit higher onto the shoulders, or just keep it nice and low, and then slowly lower back down. You can just release the belt out to the side, hug the knees in towards the chest. Maybe a few circles again, just to release off your lower back from here. And then move into the circles on the other side. And then roll yourself over to one side and come all the way up to seated. So you just put your belt to the sides for a moment. We will be using it in some of our postures as well, so make sure it's nice and handy. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall from here. And we're going to do a twist. We're going to add into our twist a little bit of a movement with the hand. So we're going to take the left hand onto the right now. And you're going to take your right hand behind you, lifting up nice and tall. Breathing out, easing into that twist. And then take your back hand away from you. You can either place it onto the lower back, or you might reach your fingers around the side waist, and you've got a little bit of a leverage then to ease that back shoulder back and down. Just take a few breaths, make sure you're not tensing up that back shoulder. And then slowly releasing, come back to the centre. We'll go the other side. So you're going to take your right hand onto the left knee. Start off with your left fingertips to the floor, lifting up nice and tall. And as you breathe out, ease into that twist, shoulders nice and relaxed. And then if that bind option works, release your back hand, either take it onto the lower back, or those of you can reach your fingers round to the sideways. And think of it as a gentle leverage to open up, but still find that ease in the posture. And that's what you want to find in these postures. It's the balance that you're finding between strength and ease, effort and ease. Couple of breaths. And then nice and slowly coming back to the centre. And sweep the arms behind you, interlock the fingers, and just gently roll your shoulders back from here. So when we take binds as well, that helps to create a little bit more flexibility in the body, and flexibility and a sense of calmness in the mind as well. Just take a couple of breaths, maybe even pressing the knuckles down towards the earth. And then slowly allowing ourselves to release. Just drop the knees to one side, and we'll come all the way into an all fours position. We're going to just allow ourselves to take a thread to the needle pose. So please use a block or anything for the head, or a blanket. You're going to lift your right arm up. As you breathe out, thread your right arm through. Start to bring the side of your head down towards the earth. Back bottom hand is relaxed, right hand. Then you might come up onto the fingertips of the left hand today. Or you might take the back of the hands onto that lower back or the side waist. You can either stay here, or you can even extend that arm up towards the sky. Just a couple of breaths. And then bending that hand, take the hand back, sliding your other hand back through, plant your hands back down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So lifting up, inhaling on that left side. And then breathing out, we're going to thread that arm through. We're going to start to lower into that bottom hand, bring the side of the head down towards the earth, or a block or a blanket. And you might take a moment maybe to press into the fingers, Press into the bottom hand so you can open up into the back shoulder. You can either stay here or you can explore taking the back of the hand around your side waist or the fingers. You can use that to let your shoulder just gently move back. Keeping that nice opening, you've got the chance to lift the arm if it felt good, or you might just take that bind position if it felt nice. And then take the hand back from here, press into the hand, coming all the way back from here. And allow ourselves to tuck the toes under, coming into downwards dog, pressing back through the heels, or you can take a little bit of a walk out with the heels from here. Let your head be nice and heavy. And then slowly bring your knees back, release the feet, hands forward. You're going to allow yourself to come all the way down to the floor. Preparing for Cobra or Sphinx. You can make it low as well. Pressing into the hands, press the fronts of the feet down and your hips down. And inhale, slowly lifting, holding it for a couple of breaths, either into your low Cobra or your Sphinx. And then slowly lower all the way back down. We're going to take the arms behind for our locust, so back of the hands on the floor, head facing down. Same thing, press the feet down, press the tummy down. Inhale, lifting up, keep breathing, lifting the arms, lifting the legs. Let the palms face towards each other and either stretch into the fingers, or you can interlock to take that bind with the hands, maybe rolling your shoulders back. Remembering we're doing what's good for your back from here, so listen to that as always. And then slowly release the hands. Let them come underneath your shoulders. Coming back from here, back to the all fours. Tuck your toes under, back to downward dog, couple of breaths. Just soften slightly into the legs so you can get a nice stretch into the back. Bending the legs, walking your feet towards your hands. Hands on the hips, and we'll lift up and we'll come all the way to standing. So standing into your mountain position. Let your feet be a little bit wider from here, maybe hip distance apart, spreading your feet from here. Lifting the arms, and we're going to take, like we did lying down, opposite elbows, holding them to opposite elbows from here, crossing the arms over. Take an inhale as you breathe out, draw the navel in as you take a gentle side bend, stretch towards the right side. And then inhaling, coming back. As you breathe out, over towards that left side. And then coming back. Let the arms release. Taking your other hold this time. Inhale, as you breathe out, we'll come over towards the right side. Press down with that left foot. Inhale, come back. As you breathe out, over to the left side. Press down more with your right foot. And then coming back from here. Releasing the arms, let your arms come all the way back down from here. So we're going to come forward, hands on the hips, separate your feet more if you need to. Hinge at the hips, slowly coming forward, releasing the hands. They either can stay on the hips, or they can rest on a block, or they can even find their way down to the floor. Let your head be nice and heavy, and just take a moment to enjoy the feeling of surrendering into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Top body becomes nice and heavy. Let your hands come to the hips, and we'll slowly lift, and we'll come all the way to standing. Going to grab your belt from here, or your strap, or whatever you're using today. You can separate your feet hip distance apart. You're going to hold your belt, one bit in each hand. Extend them out, and you want them a little bit wider than shoulder width, and you might even do it a little bit more wider than that. So mind your arms, so don't take them all the way back if you've got any shoulder injuries going on. So we're going to lift up from here. Inhale. As you breathe out, you can start to take the arms back, just what it feels good for you. And then Inhale to lift. Then breathing out, coming forward from here. Do a couple more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come back. Inhale to lift. And exhale to come back. You can make your hands in a little bit closer or keep it nice and wide if you need that extra space. We'll just do one more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to come back. And then with the belt this time, we're going to take the belt behind us, holding on. So you're holding on to that, so roughly your kind of back of the hands will be facing towards the back wall. And you want it maybe shoulder width or a little bit wider. We'll take a nice forward fold from here and just see how different the forward fold feels when you're using your belt. So take your time, soften the knees. You're going to start to come over. You can adjust the belt. If you need to take your hands further apart, then you can go ahead and do that. You can allow maybe the arms to move up and over. Make sure you're softening the knees. Nice heavy head and just breathe. Notice how different it feels now you're using a belt in this posture. Just a couple of breaths from here. And then lifting up, coming all the way up. You can do the same thing again, or those that you want to, you can always drop the belt. You can interlock the fingers if that was an option. Inhale as you breathe out, soften the knees, hinging forward, coming into that Uttanasana. Forward fold again. Couple of long, slow breaths. And then nice and slowly lifting up, coming all the way back from here. Just a couple of nice shoulder rolls. We're going to take our chair position from here, Utkatasana, and a few little variations. We'll add a twist in it as well. So just move the belt to the side for a moment. We still need it. And you can take your feet a little way apart. We're going to bend the legs from here, sit back into a chair. You're going to allow your arms to lift up from here. And you can take the hands in towards your chest and twist in towards the right side. Those that you wish to, you can come lower, hook the elbow. Those that you want to explore this posture, come back to the centre, lift the heels, and then come down. And you can explore taking that arm across from here, moving that shoulder back and down. So a bit of a balance if you're on the toes as well. That's it. And then coming back to the centre. If you're on the balance, if you're low, bring your heels down and slowly lift up. Take a moment to lift the arms and breathe the arms. Take the arms rather down by the sides of the body. You can breathe the arms down as well. Hands on the hips, bend into your chair pose again. And we'll do that on the left side, arms out, hands together. Twisting towards that left side, or you can even take the hands across, support the back if you need a bit of extra space. You can go lower if you want to hook the elbow, or if you want to try the extra balance, come back to the centre, lift your heels rather, so toes are down, and then you could do the same thing, take the arms across from here, and then just try to breathe. Maybe it gets challenging, so just use long, slow breaths. And then coming all the way back to the centre. Press into the feet, lifting up. Coming all the way up, releasing the hands down by the sides of the body from here. Going to take the hands out in front, palms down. Going to press into the feet, lifting up. So we're going to take a nice balance onto our toes from here. Or if you've got the heels down, then stretch up with the fingertips. Let your hands come down, let your heels come down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale to lift. You might hold that breath in for a moment. And then breathing out, let your palms come down, fingers and heels coming down from here. So we're going to come to the mat. We're going to take a bind in our bind variation of Trikonasana. So we'll open out our feet from here, ready for triangle Trikonasana. Right foot is going to turn out, left foot is going to turn in slightly. We're going to raise the arms, we're going to take that bind variation. So left hand is going to, thumb's going to point down, and we take the back of the hands up. So it comes to the back, or maybe the fingertips come round to the sides of the body. Going to look towards that right side. Inhale as you breathe out, we're going to start to slowly stretch, lengthen both sides of the body, bottom hand down. And you're going to gently roll that shoulder back, and hopefully it feels really nice. You can just gaze down or forward, or you can even look up if it works for the neck. Make sure you're not locking out the arm. Maybe by taking this bind, you feel that you create more openness in the front body as your shoulder moves back and down. Take your heads down, soften the knees, lengthen the arms, feet to the front, hands on the hips. Same thing to the opposite side. So your left foot is going to turn out, right foot is going to turn in slightly from here. Raising the arms. So you're going to take the right hand into, turning the hands, thumb points down, and then taking the hand, back of the hand maybe to the lower back, or if you can reach those fingertips around towards that side waist, you can go for that. Looking towards that left hand. Inhale as you breathe out, we're going to start to stretch. Soften the knees, and then when you can't go anymore, letting your hands come down from here, and you're going to move that shoulder back and down so you feel really nice openness right in the front of the chest. Either look down or look forward. So you might feel more open in this variation of triangle as the focus is really on that shoulder from here. Last full breath in. As we breathe out, soften the knees. You can release the arms. Use that to help you to come all the way up. Feet to the front. Going to interlock the fingers from here, rolling your shoulders back from here. Going to soften the knees, and we're going to slowly start to come forward into a forward fold. Letting your maybe arms start to move forward from here. Soften the knees. Root down with the feet, lifting all the way up. You can pause once you're at the top for a few breaths, hands maybe moving away from the body, and then slowly releasing. Heel toe, step your feet back in, and we'll come to the front of the mat from here. We'll step back with your right foot. We're going to take a warrior position, so left leg is bent. And we're going to do a bit of a flowing cow face arm. So we don't need the belt for this. So what you're going to do is going to lift the hands. You're going to take your left hand back and the right arm. So what happens is your thumb moves down. You take the back of the hand back. You don't need to touch at all with your fingers or the back. And then as you inhale, lifting up again. As you breathe out, you're going to go the opposite side. And then inhale, coming back. You're going to keep repeating on this from here, going from side to side. So what you can do is an inhale when you find that hand back into opening. Breathing out as you start to move that hand into the other side. Breathing in as you take it. Just a couple of breaths from here. Make this your last one. And then slowly release, stepping that foot in. And we'll find it on the other side. So it's a nice movement just to get real good release into the shoulders. And if you do it where you don't actually touch it, you kind of strengthen your shoulders more. So when you do it, you don't want to take the back of the hands to the body. And you don't want the hands to meet. You're just doing it with no contact in the body. So left hand is going to move back. Right leg is going to bend from here. Take the arms up for a moment into our warrior pose, warrior arms. Stay nice and connected, rooting down with the feet, drawing into the navel. Going to bend your right one and the left one's thumb's going to start to turn down, back of the hand come up. Remember, we're not touching the body. So inhale, As you breathe out, you can start to take it to the other side, and when you find it, inhale from here. Breathing out, finding that other option on the other side. And you're just going to work from side to side. So a bit of a flowing cow face arms. Really slowing it down. Inhale when we find it. Breathing out when we start to move into it. So we'll do one more from here. And then slowly release the arms. Let yourself come back to standing, and a few nice shoulder rolls from here. Let your spine release for a forward fold, so just separate the feet, hands on the hips, hinging forward. Take hold of opposite elbows and just gently take a nice sway from side to side. And then hands on the hips, lifting up, coming all the way up from here. Going to make sure we've got our belt and our block ready, and we're going to take an extended side angle stretch with a bind. So we're going to separate the feet as wide as is comfortable for a warrior two or an extended side angle pose. You can take the block ready towards the right side from here. You can take the belt as well. You just fold it maybe in half and just take it over your left shoulder from here. I'm going to raise the arms. Right foot is going to turn out, left foot forward. You're going to bend into that leg for a warrior toe. So moving through different options, we'll take an extended side angle, left right hand bends, rests on the thigh, top arm lifts up and over from here. The next option would be to take your hands down to the block on that inside of the foot and extend and open up. If you want to take that bind, top hand starts to, thumb turns, you take that back of the hand, and then you might be able to, it's quite tricky actually getting hold of that belt from here. You probably have it a bit longer, that'd probably work, yeah. A longer bit with your belt from here, that's it, and then you can just throw that. So the belt's in your back hand. Your bottom hand can thread through and you can reach the belt to open up, or you might even take your fingertip. It's quite a strong pose. I'm probably going a bit hot here. It does make me feel really hot, this one. Keep breathing. And then slowly release the belt. You can use the arms to lift all the way up, feet to the front. And slowly release the hands. So it gets a wonderful opening in the shoulders, and it definitely gets more challenging. Even by taking your hand down or staying longer in the pose will be more challenging. So a few nice calm breaths. And we'll take the block over to your left foot this time. And your belt, we'll take it, actually works better to be a bit longer. So take it long and just take it over it'll be your right shoulder this time. Hands on the hips, and we'll turn the right foot out, left foot out, right foot forward. You're going to bend into the leg for your warrior pose, raising the arms, shoulders relaxing back and down. So we're going to move into our extended side angle and explore those variations. So bottom hand down, resting on the leg, top arm up or lifting it up and over. You might explore taking it deeper. You can use different levels with the block as well. Maybe taking it here or lower down. You can press your hands, arm in towards that leg. Take a good couple of breaths. So it might be an option to take the hands back from here. You could grab hold of the belt at this point. You could take that so the other bit folds there. This might be enough for you, moving that shoulder back, or you can thread the arm through to take hold of that belt from here. I'll turn just so you can see, as it's probably a bit harder to see from here. So what's happening is the arms coming behind to hold on to the belt, or we use a clasp of the hands from here. Take a good few breaths. Lovely. And then when you've finished, you can release out of that bind. You can come back again to your warrior, lengthening the legs, feet to the front, and slowly release the arms. Bit of a challenging posture, heel, toe, and step your feet back in and just give the legs a bit of a shake from here. We'll do a little bit of work now down to the floor, again a couple more binds. So just make sure that your block in your belt is handy again. Take a nice full breath, lifting up, just create some calmness now from the challenge of that posture. Soften the knees, hinging forward and taking your head, crown of the head nice and heavy from here. With every exhale, see if you can soften, maybe slightly bending the leg a bit more. Head nice and heavy. And then slowly bending the legs, coming all the way back down to the floor. So have a look at another challenging seated position that has a bind. And if the bind is not for you, then that's absolutely fine. You can just work towards opening up the shoulder, and the bind positions do take a lot of work, dedication to build up. So if it's something that you want to include in your practice, it's something that you can really be focused and patient with. That's what the yoga is. It's building it up. We can't expect results too quickly. So from here, we're going to extend out with the legs. And then from here, you're going to bend your right leg from here. And you're going to sit up nice and tall. So I'll show you the few variations in this forward fold. So we'll all do it first. What you want to do is come forward slightly. It might feel that your right sit bone lifts from the floor. That's fine. So the back of the hand is coming to that leg. And you can take your other hand back and you open up, finding a nice twist towards that left side, open twist. Take a few breaths from here. And then coming back to the centre. So we can either do another round of that, or we can try for the binds variation. So a belt might help you from here. So you come forward. I find it helps to drop that knee out slightly, come forward, and then coming back from here. So what you're doing from here is then you're turning the hand, thumb points down, and then you're turning to take the back of the hand. The thumb then lifts as you take it round behind. So you could take a belt from here. Your other hand extends behind, and you can either take hold of your belt, or you can take the fingers, or you might be doing that option from here. So it's quite strong on the hips as well. Take a few breaths, and then coming back to the centre. We'll take a forward fold over that leg, so you can either do it with the bind, holding the bind still. You might need to wriggle slightly forward, or you might be doing it with the arms out from here. You're going to come forward over that leg, and you'll find that you don't come very far because it's quite a hard position. So you can still do it if you're in the bind. Just take a nice few easy breaths from here. And then nice and slowly lifting up. Take a moment just to release the legs from here. If you need to give them a bit of a shake or a few shoulder rolls, you can do that. We'll do the same with the other side. So you're going to bend your left leg from here, sitting up nice and tall. We'll all take that option first of all. So hand onto that leg, and you're leaning forward. You might find that your left sit bone starts to lift. You can take the arm out. You can take the hand behind you. You can always use a block maybe for the hand, just to draw up nice and tall. So this is like, and you find that if you've got your hands to that leg, you can press it in towards each other to allow yourself to lift up even more. And then come back to the centre. You can just ease off that hip for a moment. You're going to do one more round, so you can add the variation of the bind, either using your strap or using the clasp of your fingers, or doing that nice variation we did first of all. So you're coming forward. If you're using the belt, you can take it in the left hand this time. So the thumb starts to point down, and then you take the back of the hand round. You're going to take the same back of the hand is facing forward, thumb down. But then you start to turn the back of the hand and lifting it up the back. So either meeting your belt or meeting your fingers. Then you want to sit up nice and tall, and then you can twist. If you can press that other foot down, you can press that foot down. Shoulder nice and relaxed from here. And just keep breathing, feeling maybe the deeper layer that you've found in the posture. And then coming forwards, you can either still keep that bind or release the hands out from here, whatever feels good. You're going to inhale, and as you breathe out, slowly come forward. And you'll find that you don't actually come very far in this posture, because it's quite hard to come forward with the leg in this position. Just a couple of nice, slow, easy breaths. And then nice and slowly lifting up, slowly releasing from here. Extend the legs out. You can just take your block and your belt, just move it to the sides for now. Going to join the soles of the feet together, and it might feel nice in the hips now just to get a release. So soles of the feet coming together, creating a diamond shape with your legs. And we're going to lift up, take a nice breath from here. And as you breathe out, slowly coming forward, you might take hold of your feet from here. You can widen your elbows, let your shoulders just release from here. And just focus on your breath from here. Maybe feeling the subtle energy that you've created in the postures when things get more challenging, when we deepen the posture, when we stay in a posture for a long time, you allow that flow of the energy to become stronger. A couple of breaths. And then slowly lifting up, release your hands, help your feet back. We're going to roll down to the floor, so grab anything that you need. Take the arms out, draw the navel in, rolling all the way down to the floor. You're going to hug the knees in towards the chest, hands behind the back of the legs. Take the feet up from here with the legs bent for a happy baby pose. So encourage the knees to move out towards the sides of the body. You can reach up, take hold of the ankles or the feet. And take a slow movement, just gently rocking from side to side from here. Nice long, slow breaths. And then bending the legs, take the feet down to the floor, let them move apart, maybe as wide as your mat or slightly closer in. You can cactus the arms this time. And inhale, as you breathe out, drop your knees to the right. Let your head slowly turn towards the left. And then breathing in, coming back to the centre. Breathing out, knees to the left, head to the right. And we'll do that a few more each side, just to fully release around the hip muscles from those postures that we worked. And the shoulders are just staying nice and relaxed now. Fingers soft, palm of the hands relaxing. Just a couple more, fully releasing in the spine with the twists. Last one, next time your knees come back to the centre, bring your arms down. You can either rest the hands down to the floor or on the belly, or even extending, lengthening out with the legs. And take a moment just to soften and relax. And just feel the hips releasing now. If your legs have lengthened out, let your legs be very heavy. Let the ankles, let the feet just release out to the side. Let yourself be in tune with the rise and fall of your breath. Feeling the flow of your breath. Feeling the balance between both the inhale and the exhale. Balance between holding on and letting go. Just feeling a sense of calmness and ease that's moving back to the body as the body just fully surrenders and lets go to the moment. Let all those moments go. Those postures that we played with, the postures that we held, let them go now, they're gone. And the moment is simply now just being with this breath now. So if you have time, if you need to stay longer in your relaxation, just stay and give your body as much time as you need. But if you're feeling ready to move, just take a few fuller, deeper breaths into the lungs, waking up the body and the mind with the breath. And then lift the arms, take the arms, have a nice stretch from here, gently wriggle into the fingers, give the toes a wriggle, maybe open and close the hands. Arms resting back down, legs start to bend and hug the knees in towards the chest. Gently take a rock from side to side until eventually maybe you roll over onto the right side, extending out with that bottom hand to support the head. Just pause for a moment in that calmness that you feel after your Shavasana. And slowly making your way up, bringing the head up last, finding a nice easy seated position from here. Letting the eyes just close. Just simply take a moment to observe how the body's feeling. Maybe how different you feel after the practice now. Maybe you're aware of different parts of the body that you've worked more. Maybe you feel more grounding with the hips as we take weight down. Maybe you feel that you've released a bit of tension and tightness around the shoulders, which binds are great to do. Maybe you feel not just physical strength, but some inner strength that you've created from challenging yourself in the postures today, or even finding how we can hold a posture for a little bit longer with time, patience, and dedication. Let your practice seal. Bring the hands together, hand in towards your heart centre. Let the head slowly bow down, feel a connection with your heart space. Let the eyes softly blink open. And slowly inhale, lift your head, lift your heart. Namaste. I hope that you enjoyed that practice and playing about with the binds today. Have a great rest of your day and your week.